Hey, what's up guys, Will here for GSM Arena. If you're looking to get a new Pixel phone, you might be wondering whether you should get the base model or upgrade to the Pro. The Google Pixel 9 is of course the less expensive option, and it actually provides nearly all of the features of its Pro sibling. However, the Pixel 9 Pro brings a few advantages which you might find worth the extra cash. So which Pixel is right for you? Let's put the Pixel 9 and Pixel 9 Pro head to head and find out. Both of the new Pixels bring the features you'd expect from a Google phone: a stock Android software experience, powerful cameras, and lots of AI functionality. But of course, the 9 Pro, being the Pro model, brings a couple of extra goodies on top of the vanilla one. You get the same design on both phones, and the same size too. The weight is matched down to a single gram. Both phones have an aluminum frame, and they're made of Gorilla Glass Victus 2 on the front and the back. And on both Pixels, you get IP68 rated protection against dust and water. The displays of the two phones are nearly the same, but there are differences. On the Pixel 9, there's a 6.3-inch OLED with a 1080p resolution and a 120Hz refresh rate. The Pro model's screen is the same size, but with a higher resolution, and it uses LTPO tech. This means that while both phones' high refresh rates smooth out your swiping and scrolling, and they'll dial down when idling to save energy, the Pro model is more adaptive. It can go down all the way to 1 Hz versus a minimum of 60 Hz on the Pixel 9. With a pixel density of 495 ppi, the Pro model's screen is a bit sharper. The non-Pro model's is 422 ppi. Both displays have support for HDR10+ video content. And both displays have impressive brightness, maxing out at over 2200 nits. But the Pixel 9 Pro goes an extra 100 nits higher, for what that's worth. The Pixel 9 and Pixel 9 Pro have stereo speakers, with the same very good loudness. The sound is basically identical too, with good mids and highs, but not much bass. Let's have a listen. You get an ultrasonic under-display fingerprint reader on either phone for biometrics. There is a difference when it comes to storage. The Pixel 9 comes with 128 or 256 gigs on board, while the Pixel 9 Pro also has a 512 gig and a terabyte storage tier available. Both Pixels use Google's stock Android software experience, Android 15 at the time of this video. They're also both packed with AI features. And with either 9 series Pixel, you get a year of Google Gemini's advanced subscription tier for free. It's more capable, and it's integrated into Gmail and Google Docs. Google promises the new Pixels 7 years of software support too. Now let's talk about the performance. Both phones use the same Tensor G4 chipset made by Google, but the vanilla model comes with 12 gigs of RAM. The Pixel 9 Pro, on the other hand, comes with 16 gigs of RAM. This could make a difference when running certain AI-based tasks. Besides that consideration though, both phones' performance is pretty much identical. In your everyday use, both the Pixel 9 and Pixel 9 Pro feel smooth and responsive. Both phones have a 4700 mAh battery, and LTPO tech or not, the battery life is pretty much identical. The Pixel 9 and the Pixel 9 Pro both did a good job, earning essentially the same active use score in our tests. Both phones support 27-watt wired charging and charge at the same rate, both for a half-hour charge and when charging to full. They also both support wireless charging and reverse wireless charging. On to the cameras. The Pixel 9 has a 50-megapixel main cam and a 48-megapixel ultra-wide cam, which has autofocus. The Pixel 9 Pro has the same setup, except that it also adds a 48-megapixel 5x telephoto camera. Also, it uses multi-zone laser autofocus versus single-zone on the non-Pro model. There's also a difference when it comes to the selfie cameras, but we'll get to that in a bit. Let's start with the main camera. It hardly comes as a surprise that the two phones capture practically identical shots. These are excellent overall, with plenty of detail and sharpness, and high contrast. The ultra-wide camera is also shared between the two phones, so we also get identical shots here, and they're very good. When zooming, there's a clear difference of course. The Pixel 9 does a decent 2x digital zoom with its main camera, but the Pro can take solid photos at 5x zoom with its dedicated telephoto cam. Both pixels hold up well when shooting in low-light conditions. The shots from the main camera are very clean and sharp, with well-balanced shadows and light sources. And overall, the ultra-wide cameras don't disappoint in low light, with bright exposures and good dynamic range. Again, the same results from both phones. When it comes to zooming at night, the digital crops from the Pixel 9's main camera are admirable, but they can't hold a candle to the dedicated telephoto on the Pixel 9 Pro. That said, the telephoto is good, but not perfect in low-light conditions. The Pixel 9 Pro has a 42-megapixel selfie camera compared to the 10-megapixel one on the Pixel 9. Both of them capture great detail and very good skin tones. Perhaps there's slightly more fine detail from the Pro model. And here's a look at 4K selfie videos taken with the Pixel 9 and the Pixel 9 Pro. Both phones can record in 4K with all of their cameras, and while the Pixel 9 Pro is advertised to record 8K videos, it's only via upscaling in the Google Cloud. When comparing the main camera's 4K footage, we have trouble telling the difference between the two. Both the main camera and the ultra-wide clips look great, with plenty of detail and good dynamic range. Digital 2x zoom videos from the Pixel 9 hold up surprisingly well. But again, the clips from the Pro model's dedicated telephoto cam are on a different level. So there you have it, guys. Google's new Pixel phones, the Pixel 9 and the Pixel 9 Pro. There are way more similarities than differences here. Both phones have the same size and build quality, and the same chipset performance, battery life, and charging speed. You get the same software experience. And the main and ultra-wide cameras are identical. With the Pixel 9, you get the same user experience and build quality, all at a lower price. Meanwhile, the more expensive Pixel 9 Pro gets perks like the sharper LTPO display, higher RAM and storage options, and ultra-wideband support. There's a dedicated 5x zoom camera, and selfies come out slightly more detailed. If the zoom camera and those other bonuses are important to you, the Pro model could be worth going for, but otherwise you get a lot better value with the Pixel 9. Let us know what you think, and I'll see you on the next one.